Okay, here's the Dig Dug. When you first turn it on, it'll start this. It'll count all the way to the 60 games, and that's when it'll start. And no, this is not lit, the marquee. So there it's 60, then it goes to finalizing, and then the game menu will come on. And the game menu has the pages, page 1 of 10, and there's 6 pictures on each for each game. If you press, there's a 1 player, 2 player button, and then this is button 1 and button 1 on either side of the joystick. So I'm going to go ahead and press 1 player start, and you see it's still on the menu, but now if you move the joystick, it goes from game to game. So you see when you're on Miss Pac-Man, it says Miss Pac-Man. When you're on Galaga, it says Galaga. Frogger, it says Frogger. And then once you go down, you get the new 6 games, and it says page 2 of 10. And there's the actual Dig Dug. So I'll play this one just because it's Dig Dug. So when you're on the one, you highlighted the one you want, you go ahead and you press 1 or 2 again. So you press player 1 to be able to activate the menu, and then press player 1 or 2. We'll start the game. And then obviously left, right, up, down with the joystick. And then the pump button. Anyway, so that's how you play the game. And then, so now to get back to the main menu, you have to lose the game. So I'll go ahead and do that. And while it's doing that, for the games that require 2 buttons, player 2 start also serves as button number 2. And then down in the, just below the coin door, there's button number 3, a test button, and a service button. And those you would use at startup. If you hold it, when you first turn the game on, if you hold the test button in, it'll go to the test screen, or the start button, it'll go to the start screen. So, and again, this will happen when just in the picture, but those lines aren't there, and when I'm looking at it now. So this is a attract mode, they call it. But if you press, you can go back and pick which game you want. I think Super Cobra has the need for both buttons. So I'll press button 1 to start it. Game will start. Yeah. So button 2 does the bomb. And button 1 is the shoot. There's the shoot. So button 1 and button 2. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, I'll put it back to the main menu. And you see it says it's on free play. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut it off with my power strip. So now it's off. And when I turn it back on, I'm going to hold the test button in. And then this is what it'll do at startup. So now it'll go through all the games this way. And again, all I did was I held the red button, the test button, in while I turned it on, powered it on. And this will be a menu here, so, and it'll give you instructions at the bottom. So the test button will take you to the next screen. So I'm going to go ahead and press the test button, and then this is how you get into the setup type stuff. So you can see it's on free play, and I'll leave the book. I'll tape it over here to the screen. But the reason I wanted to show you this was, if you look, test is next, service is how you go back to the previous page. Anytime you make any changes, you see it says start equals setup. Always press the player one start button, and that will save any changes that you made. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to press the test button, and now it goes to the next page. And if you press the player one button, which is the button labeled pump, you can see it changed. They call these dip switches, but you can see button 1, line 1 is on, and button 2 is off. So in the manual it'll show you that if it's on off, that gives you 3 lives, and if it's off, see how it went back to 5 lives. So you can make changes in the games if you want. I leave them on the factory settings. It works pretty well. But the reason I wanted to show you this, if you can see this is Miss Pac-Man, and I'm going to press the test button. It goes to Galaga, Frogger. So it'll go through all 60 games. And again, I'm just pressing the test button to go from page to page. And I'm going to keep going here until I get to the very end. And this is why I wanted to show you this. So at the very end, you can adjust the volume, and all I'm going to do is move the joystick, and it makes it lower, and it makes it back louder. And I think that's usually pretty good, like right around here. And then I made a change, so what I'm going to do is press this start button, and watch when I press it, see it says setup OK. That's how you know it's saved. And then if you press the test button one more time, this will show you all the buttons. So I'm going to press the pump button, and if you watch, player 1, button 1, same thing on the other side, and player 2. So you see when I press the player 2 button, you can see that player 1 start and player 2 start, player 1 button 2 and player 2 start button is the same. It's wired to the same button. And then you have the buttons underneath. Button 3, test, and service takes me back. So that's it. So that's kind of how that works. And now to get out of this, you're just going to turn it off and power it back up. So that's the game. So I should shut this door now that I'm done with these buttons. And that's what it looks like before it's packaged up. And once it is packaged up, I will go ahead and take some photos of it. So that's the Dig Dug. If you have any questions, definitely call or text me or reach out to me through email, and I will walk you through it. But overall, you should have a great time with it and enjoy it. Thanks again.